President Trump says he'll keep the government shut down for as long as it takes as he continues to make his case for a border wall, saying it's a national security issue.
The $5.6 billion is such a small number. Literally, it's a month. It's 1 month in Afghanistan, and we're talking about national security. This isn't just a border. This is national security.
House Democrats plan to pass 2 funding bills to end the shutdown. Neither includes money for a border wall. Russia's foreign ministry says it's given U.S. officials access to accused spy Paul Whelan, who's being held in Moscow.
We've made clear to the Russians our expectation that we will learn more about the charges, come to understand what it is he's been accused of, and if the detention is not appropriate, we will demand his immediate return.
His twin brother David says the State Department told him Paul is doing, quote, relatively well.
There's been a deadly rail accident in Denmark. Police say several people were killed when a tarp on a freight train hit a passenger train on a bridge linking 2 Danish islands.
We're learning more about the lion attack at a North Carolina animal shelter that claimed the life of a 22-year-old intern. A newly released police report shows when deputies arrived, employees were chasing the 400-pound lion around without tranquilizers. Deputies shot the lion 8 times before it died. It's already been another volatile...
You have a 1-year-old who fell into the rhino face, was pinned up against the wall. She's conscious at this time.
An investigation's underway in Melbourne, Florida, after a toddler was hurt when she fell into a rhino exhibit.
Chelsea FC, one of the world's most prestigious soccer clubs, just dished out $73 million for Hershey, Pennsylvania native Christian Pulisic, completing a long-rumored transfer from Germany's Borussia Dortmund. The midfielder will finish his season with Dortmund before moving to London this summer. Pro wrestling fans are saying goodbye to the voice of a generation today. The WWE says Gene Okerlund, who spent years on TV interviewing wrestlers, has died.
I'm ABC News meteorologist Melissa Griffin with today's weather headlines. A developing storm in the south will bring a variety of weather from the southwest all the way to the Gulf Coast. We have winter storm watches, warnings, and advisories for parts of the southwest from Arizona into Oklahoma, across parts of Texas, and then flash flood watches stretch from Houston into Mississippi. So take a look at the timing here. You can see the heavy rain moves across the Gulf Coast. Rounds of it will continue from today into Thursday morning. Another round of wintry mix from Oklahoma City to west of Dallas on Thursday morning. And that heavy rain continues to move across the Gulf, across the southeast, and locally rain could get up to 4 inches in parts of Texas, Louisiana, and Mississippi. So that's where we expect the flash flooding. We're also watching a clipper that'll move out of Canada and across New England tonight into Thursday morning. Some spots could see locally 1 to 3 inches of snow, especially across northern New England.
Why don't we have some pop news with Adrian?
All right, sounds good. First pop of 2019. Well, we begin with Madonna answering her fans' prayers, giving a surprise New Year's Eve performance at New York's legendary Stonewall Inn, the small downtown club that helped launch the LGBTQ movement back in 1969, 50 years ago. There she is singing her 1989 mega hit, Like a Prayer. Listen to this. Yeah, you got everybody singing along, sharing in that special moment. And Madonna spoke to her fans about the importance of sharing love and forgiveness in the new year.
So let's be giants and carry each other on our shoulders into the new year and into a future of love and understanding.
I love you,
Madonna. Are you ready?
Madonna and her son David Banda closing out with the Elvis Presley classic, Can't Help Falling in Love.
And he played the guitar for her. Her son played the guitar when she did Like a Prayer. Yeah, talented young man.
Music in the family.
Oh, yeah.
We love it. Well, Madonna wasn't the only one to ring in 2019 in style. Taylor Swift more than made up for skipping her annual 4th of July party. With a star-studded New Year's Eve bash, she and all her friends spent the last day of 2018 dressed up as their childhood heroes. Taylor channeling Ariel from The Little Mermaid. Blake Lively dressed as Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz, and Gigi Hadid was practically perfect in every way as Mary Poppins.
Wow.
She looks phenomenal. Phenomenal. Reynolds was there too, but I don't know if he got the costume memo, as you know, he's wearing a nice suit and he looks very dashing and all.
himself drinking gin.
The group watched Taylor's Reputation tour on Netflix to kick in 2019 in style. I like the costume theme, though. I don't know. I don't know what childhood hero would you be, Michael Strahan?
The Hulk. I used to love
There
the
you
Hulk.
go.
Off the top of my head.
Do you have a childhood
Wonder
hero?
Woman.
Okay. Georgia can't leave you out.
I guess I'll be Superman.
Superman.
Whoa, all right, then.
She-Ra.
She-Ra.
That's an old school one, but She-Ra. Yeah. Or Storm from X-Men.
Oh, I like that, too.
Christy Love.
Oh,
Christy Love. I love me some Christy Love.
there you go.
I know.
We could go on for days on childhood heroes. Okay, finally, either you were Taylor Swift or you were Carrie Underwood for New Year's Eve, because she took a different approach, right, to New Year's Eve, celebrating 2019 from the couch, posting up with this adorable photo of her son Isaiah and her growing baby bump, kicking off 2019 right, she writes. Me and my boys cuddled up watching a movie. Yes, I'm wearing Mike's shirt. Hashtag letting it all hang out. Aww. She also took to Instagram to share her latest pregnancy milestone, revealing she can no longer tie her own shoes. Yes, mommies everywhere relating. Posting this video of Isaiah and her husband lending a helping hand. No word yet on a due date, but we imagine it will be soon. She kicks off her Cry Pretty tour in May. So, again. You're always liking this stuff. And you like a good tennis shoe, too. I know that.
Some good shoes.
I know that's right.
Great.
Well, whether you're on the couch or you're at a party, I hope you're having a great New Year 2019, 2 days in.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you, Adrian and Dan Harris and Whit and Amy. So many held down the fort for us while we were on our break. So
It was
really
our
appreciate
pleasure.
that. Really appreciate
Our pleasure.
that. Time now for our GMA cover story. As so many people make resolutions to be healthier in the new year, U.S. News and World Report is giving us an exclusive look at the best diets for 2019. Janae Norman is here with that. Good morning, Janae.
Hey guys, good morning and Happy New Year. So getting healthy is one of the top New Year's resolutions. So many of us plan to work out more and eat better. And to help jumpstart that, we're breaking down the top diets, which is better for who, so you can figure out which is the best for you. A new year and a new chance to change your diet for the better. But which diet is best for you? This morning, U.S. News and World Report releasing their annual ranking of the 41 best diet plans.
We have convened a panel of experts in nutrition and obesity research and diabetes and heart disease. And each year, they score a pool of diets for us.
From the best diets for diabetes to the diets that will help keep you heart healthy.
I love bread.
This year, WW, formerly known as Weight Watchers, taking the top spot in the best weight loss diet category. The point counting system also ranked #1 among commercial diets.
The thing about this diet that our experts like is that no food is actually off limits, and you can shape your diet however you like, so long as you're meeting a certain points target every day. That makes a diet a whole lot easier to follow.
And if fast weight loss is what you're looking for, what about the keto diet? The high-fat, low-carb plan was one of the most buzzed about diets last year, but experts warn
the keto diet is extremely popular right now, and our experts say it is an extremely bad idea. Yet it did jump this year to snag that #2 spot on the best fast weight loss diets list, and that is because it probably will help you take pounds off for the short term, but that does not mean that you'll keep them off for the long haul.
And so what's the best overall diet to follow? According to experts, the Mediterranean diet, which is at the top of the list for the second year in a row.
It's also the easiest diet to follow and the best plant-based diet and the best diet for diabetes and heart disease. So this is a really solid plan. It's gotten top marks every year.
So a lot to choose from, but the good news is that hopefully means you find a diet that incorporates some things you like to eat, so it's easier to stick with your resolution. Robin, is that wine you have over there?
Why? Janae, of all this over here, this is what you spotted. You're telling on yourself. You're not telling on me. Thank you, Janae. Dr. Jen Ashton is here now. Happy New Year.
You too,
Wonderful
Robin.
to have you here.
Thank you.
And all. And we're going to talk about these diets. But first of all, Okay, we hit the reset button.
Yeah.
Many of us make these resolutions that we're going to be healthier and dealing with our diet. This is coming off the holidays where we tended to overindulge.
A smidge. And you know what?
We were guilty here.
We were guilty. I did some investigation around all the ABC studios, the cafeteria. This is ABC Radio. Look what I found. I busted. Look at all those guilty faces. And everyone all of a sudden was very busy at work and on their computers. Here's Toni Morrison. This was his very unhealthy breakfast. But the point is our work environment, you know, just like many environments, can actually sabotage us.
Yeah.
So we are guilty just like everyone else.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Okay, Mediterranean.
Yep. So I feel like this is the Academy Awards of diets. We do it every year. Mediterranean pretty much wins or ties as #1 best diet overall every year. This year, no different. It's also the easiest to follow. It is heart healthy. We've heard about that a lot. There's data to support that. And it really stresses fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins like salmon, and wine in moderation. Alcohol, wine in moderation. And you can even have a little bit of bread in whole grain form. So that's Mediterranean.
All right. Weight Watchers really making a resurgence, especially with millennials.
Huge resurgence. And I think a lot of that has to do with the incredible community they have. But basically, the key to Weight Watchers, portion control, nothing is off limits. And Robin, they have this app that makes it super easy to follow. I'm going to show you. You download the app on your phone, you scan a barcode, and it immediately tells you, this is 12 points. If you want to add that to your day, you factor in your points, and it's really, really easy.
It makes it easier. Were there any surprises in the report?
I was surprised by this one, Robin.
What's that?
Something called the flexitarian diet. Have you heard of it?
No, I haven't.
I really hadn't either. It's combining the words flexible and vegetarian. So it's for people who want to maybe dabble in being a vegetarian but aren't ready to commit completely. So it's kind of semi. It made the list for one of the best diets overall and one of the best weight loss diets. And basically, you just kind of you taper off red meat. You can have some protein in the form of fish or chicken, but it's a lot of fruits, veggies, whole grains. And so again, you know, our friend Dan Harris likes to say veggie till Friday, you know, VTF. So for people who want to dabble in it, this is a good way to try it.
Meatless Monday. Meatless Monday. That's little things. Okay, we all have such great intentions, but how do we stay
Listen,
to it?
I think the key is you have to evaluate your whole environment, and I made this kind of bullseye. You start with your home environment, then you work out to work, then you work out to your social life and travel. If it doesn't work in all of these different arenas, it will not be sustainable long term. So plan for all these, and then you want to hit the bullseye.
All right. Thank you, Jen, as always. And the latest issue of U.S. News and World Report is on newsstands now. In our next half hour, we've got the family's incredible transformation. They lost more than 400 pounds together without surgery. It was basically with their diet, and how they did it coming up.
Now to this season's new bachelor, Colton Underwood. He is on a mission to find true love. And we're going to speak to him live in just a moment. But first, here's a look at his journey.
Colton, I'm sorry. Take a moment, say your goodbyes.
He got his heart broken on The Bachelorette by Becca.
I fell in love with Becca, and it's just hard when you don't get loved back.
But on Bachelor in Paradise,
I gave it my all.
he broke some hearts of his own.
I just wanted us to work so bad, and I'm just not. It's not there.
This former pro NFL tight end changing the script as the first virgin bachelor.
I am a virgin.
Really?
Yeah.
With a heart of gold, he's not afraid to show his true feelings.
I'm broken.
But also not afraid to fight for what he wants.
First off, you're making assumptions that are wrong. So before you know facts, that's what I'm saying. We should go. No, you should just shut up. We shouldn't go anywhere.
This season's newest bachelor, Colton Underwood, hoping to put a ring on. And here he is, this season's new bachelor, Colton Underwood. Welcome, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. And you know, on The Bachelorette and also on The Bachelor in Paradise, you were not afraid to show your emotions. But I think that's why people connected to you. So in this season, are we going to see a lot of tears?
You're going to see all the emotions. And yes, there are some tears.
Yes, there are some tears.
There are, yeah.
See, look at that. They're connecting with you even more right now. Yeah. And also, you've had a lot of fun, obviously. I saw this Instagram post with you and Chris Harrison.
Yeah.
And you both in this post said, no Laurens on my season. So what was that all about?
Well, I feel like The Bachelor has a reputation of having at least 5 Laurens every season. I didn't have any, and that made my job a little easier, but at the same time, I think I had 2 Alexes, I had a few Hannahs, so I was worried about the names.
You ever mess up any names?
I didn't.
Really?
I had a few of the women ask me their names on night one, like, do you remember my name? That's sort of evil because
I'm telling you right now,
30 women.
If they do that, they don't get a rose. Plain and simple. You do not put you on the spot like that.
Right.
But one of my favorite parts of the show is when the ladies get to meet. You get to meet the ladies for the first time when they pull up and make their entrance.
Yeah.
What was the most memorable or creative arrival that you saw?
So I had everything from a woman who dressed up as a sloth. I had somebody arrive in a police car, and then.
So one moves slow and the other one gets arrested often. Okay.
I had a dog. I had somebody holding some signs, but I had somebody pull up in a horse-drawn carriage as Cinderella with the glass slipper too. So you'll have to tune in. That was a really, really good one.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah.
That's actually very creative. So we're going to take a look. We got an exclusive sneak peek of the show right now, and you're asked a very straightforward question.
Yeah.
And boy, check this out.
Fun night.
Yeah.
This is a lot for you, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna straight up ask this.
Yes.
Everyone knows you're a virgin.
Yeah.
So I want to know why.
Yeah. Well, she came out swinging. Yeah. That was our first, like, we just sat down and immediately that was her question. She didn't even like, hey, like, how is tonight going? It's just like, why are you a virgin? Which I respect. I mean, they came out and they wanted to get to know me right off the bat. So yeah, it was an interesting night, and they definitely put the pressure on.
Well, it seems like they don't hold anything back. They have a question. They asked you immediately.
And that's what I want out of a relationship. I want to be challenged. I like that. So.
Well, I tell you what, we like having you here, man. Nothing like interviewing you on a bed of roses. I love it. Yeah, nothing like that.
Nothing like having you interview me in a bed of roses. So I like it.
And you'll be back. We'll see you plenty, man.
Yeah.
And you guys, you can see the entire sneak peek of The Bachelor. You can go to our website to see that. And you can see the 3-hour premiere of The Bachelor Monday at 8.